Hi, I'm Lottie.
And I'm Mark.
And this is
Showtime
Shenanigans. Wow, that was an intense beginning.
Hi, how you doing?
I'm good, how are you?
Yes, I'm doing good.
Oh.
We had a bit of trouble with our mic earlier, but we got it sorted.
Right, apologies for previous episodes.
Yanks.
Wait, why am I saying that? We've got an episode before this where the mic's sorted. Well, we'll apologise again anyway.
Yeah.
Apologies for the old episodes 1, 2 and 3 with the volume situation and the wind, and we got this thing and it's great.
Yes, we've got a new little fluffy thing. We've also got a new wire, because the wire wasn't actually connecting to the phone.
So
we were just recording volume with
microphone.
Lottie's microphone rather than the actual good microphone. So that's really Gucci.
Far? You're like, hello.
Because I don't know if the fluff's gonna completely take out every sound I'm making.
I don't think it will.
Because we both talk about very mellow, so I feel like we have to keep the lines bobbling bigger.
Okay.
Cool. So
Anyway.
we're gonna crack into it today. And today's episode we are doing
Underrated shows / parts of shows, because sometimes in a show you have something that's great and you just forget about it, and then you go and see the show and you're like, that's a really good part of this show.
That is correct, Lottie.
You know?
I do get you, because I do love a good...
Why are you so that is a good...
I don't know. I'm trying to talk louder now so
Hello?
they can hear us.
See, you don't want that.
No, but we don't want...
Yeah, but I don't want to be too close in case I laugh and then it's really loud. I don't want it to spike.
But the fluff will
The fluff is not...
Also, I found an app that I can get rid of all the spikage.
Okay, it's fine, but we don't
So
need to
spike
here.
it.
We need to keep a metre apart.
Each.
So stop leaning in. You're just
Okay.
making me feel tense.
Okay.
I'm just
Cool. Should we begin then?
yes. Okay, so actually the first one's yours that you
Is
said.
it now? Oh, it is. Cool. So our first one is Shrek, the musical.
As a whole.
As a whole, I do love this show. It's an underrated show because many people are like, oh, it's just for children. And yes, it is predominantly aimed at children, but my whole family enjoyed it, and it was just a great show.
How old were you when you saw it?
It was in 2012, so I was 12.
Okay, so
Science.
you're a child, but you're not
I'm not
4.
a baby.
Yeah.
So Joe enjoyed it, and he
Oh my
was 9,
Yeah.
and my parents enjoyed it, and they were 45. So it's fine. Everyone of all ages can
Sorry,
enjoy
Mark's
it.
parents, we just outed you. So.
Sorry, boo. I know my mum's listening to this, so
Hi,
I'm really sorry, mum. Love you.
Not my mum. Mark's mum.
So we went to see that, and it was a great show. We really enjoyed it, and I just highly recommend going to see that show if it ever comes back or whatever,
Yeah.
because it was an all-around great show and executed brilliantly.
Executed brilliantly.
And if you can go see it, if you get your hands on the DVD, go watch the Broadway version of it. It's not quite as good as the West End version, but nothing is. So
I mean, that's not true.
But it is really good, and I highly recommend watching it if you have the chance to.
I did not see it because it was sort of before my
It's
kind
for
of
your theatre
full-on
time.
theatre career of going to see shows.
I'll lend you the DVD at one point so you can watch it.
That would be really good.
I keep saying I
Socially
will do.
distanced, of course.
Oh, we could get a little
can meet up
projector.
in your house
We could just
now.
project it against the wall, and we could just sit in the
You know
garden
what
and
we
have a
do
little
need to
campfire.
watch and do that? Sarah Jane Adventures, because I bought the box set at the beginning of
Oh, we
lockdown,
did, didn't we? Yeah.
and I was like, when we can finally meet up, in real life, we're gonna watch that, and we haven't done it yet, so we're gonna do that. But yeah,
Cool.
I never saw Shrek.
But yeah, highly recommend it.
Yeah, I've listened to it. Sorry,
Yeah.
flapping. I've listened to it. It's not my fave. I do really like the song "Morning Person" that Fiona sings, because it's got that classic bit with the bird where she's singing a really duff note, and the bird explodes.
Yeah.
Which is great. Yeah, it's the story of the first film.
Yeah.
Just so you know.
But it's a great show. So
I did go and see the third film in the cinema when it came out though.
Actually, interesting.
I did really did
The third film was my favourite Shrek film, hands down.
I don't know, I've always stood by the third one.
With the badass princess fighting.
In the first one?
Third.
Oh, I thought you said the first.
The third one is my favourite.
The third. Oh, we agree then. Right.
The first,
yeah. No, I stand
the first
by
is
it.
great, but the third, incredible.
Can't have the third without the first one. So.
Exactly.
Yeah, the third one, I really like it.
It was just a great,
It was a
all
good
together.
experience. And she's pregnant and fighting all the things, and it's
Just a badass.
Sleeping Beauty's a mood.
Honestly.
She's great. But yeah, the musical has some good tunes.
Oh, it does. So go listen to the cast. It was actually one of my top cast recordings, I think.
Yeah, it was. It was number... Cast recording, not musical. It was number 5.
Number 5, so it wasn't...
So she made it.
So she's on there.
Oh, yeah, Shrek's... what was I going to say? No, don't worry, never mind.
Should we move to
I
your
just
one?
fluffed it. Right, next one, we both like, but this was kind of my suggestion, is Carrie, the musical, which is based off based off the original book by Stephen King and then the film.
Correct.
Which they made a remake of the film, didn't they? Like
They've
a few years ago.
They've made like 3 remakes of it. The most
There was,
recent
like,
one has Chloe Grace Moretz in
proper
and Ansel. No. Yes. No.
Ansel Elgort.
Yes.
Really?
Yes, it does. Yes, it does.
Oh, well, yeah. That was like 2017, wasn't it? I think
Yes.
something like that. But yeah, based off the... I'm going to say the original film because I don't know when the musical came out, like 2003 or something.
No, there was an original back in like the 80s,
Oh my god.
back in London, and that bombed. And then went to Broadway,
the show...
and that bombed again.
Yeah, the show's based on like the original book and original film.
It's based on the
I don't
original
know how
stuff.
odd it was.
But yeah,
Yeah.
that
so
show just kept bombing, and now we finally got a good version of
Yeah,
it, and it's now great.
It was a bit of a flop. We'll talk more about that next episode.
We will.
Sneaky preview.
I'm hoping you can't hear the wind right now because hopefully this mic is working.
We really hope so. But yeah, Carrie's great. I mean, it's got some good tunes in it.
It's got some good tunes. It's also got a really gripping storyline, which is always great with a musical.
Which is surprising because the book is literally so thin. I've read it.
Yeah.
It's very good. It's a really short book and it's really weirdly laid out. And it's not got much of a story. I
think the way they do it in the musical is really nice because it has like spoilers, but they have the whole like court scene beforehand, and then throughout it there's the court like wrapped around it.
Yeah, in the musical it's narrated by Sue.
Yeah, Sue Snell.
Sue Snell, I thought that was her name. No spoilers as to why, but it starts off with like a court case explaining what's happened.
Yeah.
And then kind of reverses back into what
It's
like
the whole.
what happened,
It's like Wicked.
basically.
It's like Wicked, where it's like, is it true you were friends?
Yeah, and then it reverses
And then
back
it goes
to
back
when
to
they
like
were
the
friends.
beginning of.
But then every so often in the show, it goes back to the court case again when they're
Yeah.
asking her Sue's like some questions about stuff.
So it's really cleverly done, and it's
Yeah.
just a great show.
They do miss some things out though, from the book, which
I
obviously
haven't read
you
the
kind
book,
of
so
go
I
into.
don't know.
Again, talk more about that in another episode about books and musicals and
Yes.
stuff. Oh, we don't know when that's coming, but
But we are
coming.
doing an episode about books and musicals. So if you have any good books about musicals or musicals
musicals that were based on books.
let us know in the comments below, or somehow on our Twitter, on our Instagram, so we
Or
can
on
read
5-star
them.
reviews on Apple Podcasts because we're on there now. How exciting! Woo! But yeah, Carrie is a bop of a show. Do you have a favourite song or part?
I love You Shine.
Wow, my brain just has gone completely blank. I don't know that one.
Great.
It's not in my
Cool.
musicals playlist.
Oh, cool. Should we just move on then to the
The
next one?
D. I was gonna say we quite like in, don't
Oh,
we?
we do like a good bit of in.
It starts off. We don't really know the
Don't
words.
go who am I? Oofa.
It sounds really funny. Go
So I
watch
highly
it.
recommend listen to that. Or
What's
there's a bootleg on YouTube. Watch that as well. It's quite good.
We don't condone bootlegging.
We don't, but like quarantine,
Has made people upload thousands.
and it's great, but don't do it.
The other one, The Destruction, is actually such a good song.
I will not cry. I'm
It's really weird. It's a bit dramatic. Obviously it's called The Destruction, but in the actual show it's great as well.
His name's Terry Ross' mother.
Stop spoilers.
Sorry, it's just gonna come back to me now.
But yeah, that's actually quite a good song. I mean, it's not one that you'd like sing along with. That's more like the song Carrie or the song
You
The
Shine.
World According to Chris.
That's a bop.
That is a bop. I love that song so much. The World According to Chris.
Yes. Anyway,
Sorry, right, the next
Cool.
one.
The
I
next one
don't
is-
know about this one very
the
much.
next one is Spring Awakening.
I don't know much. I don't even know if I'm in shock. So
You
I'm
definitely
just
are.
going to sit back. I need a
You
drink.
definitely are in shock. Believe me. If she's not, then that's so sad for me. I'll be editing it back, being like.
It's fun. I just
But
need a sip of my drink.
so yes, I know there's all the Leah Michelle drama,
Woo! Tea.
and she deserves to be called out. That's fine.
We're
But
not getting controversial.
we're not
in
getting
this
controversial
episode.
here. And so Leah Michelle's side, it's a great show. It's based on a book, actually.
Oh my goodness, I'm going on Amazon.
Based on a book, they're going to turn into a play, and then they turned it into a
Genuinely.
musical.
I'm just going to go on there quick whilst you're talking about it because I want to
Go for it. I think it is anyway.
Okay.
Because that's what we were told when I went to see it at my college.
Woo.
So, because they did the play version of it, and the play's weird, and the musical makes it make so much more sense.
Oh, so it was a book. They turned it into a play. Why by play? I thought you'd just forgotten what the word musical means.
No.
It was a
like
play.
a full-fledged play.
And then a musical.
Yeah.
Oh god.
The world of musicals, aren't they wild? But yeah, so that's a really, really good show. It's basically about, I guess you can kind of guess, but it's like these like kind of teenagers coming to terms with sexual identities, sexual activity, and just puberty, really.
It's a modern classic.
There you are.
And it was based on, you're correct, a German play.
Yeah.
Way. Based on the 1891 German play, Spring Awakening. She is old.
Boom.
Forget about Leah Michelle, because she's only like 30 something. Maybe.
But it's also, I think it's based on like times of
Damn.
World War, or like there's something going on in the musical with like
19th century Germany.
yeah.
Yeah, discovering their inner stuff and sexuality and all that.
Yeah.
Teenagers. You're
Cool.
correct.
I know. I'm great.
Oh, I wasn't saying you weren't. I'm just saying.
I know. But still.
Hello.
Okay. Yeah,
Any
did I move to
good-
your next one?
Yeah, I was going to say songs and stuff.
Oh,
that you
songs.
like from it
I
and
like
parts.
Mama Who Bore Me.
Bobby.
That's like a bop. Totally Effed is also a great song.
Totally. Oh yeah, that's a good one. I've used 80% of my inclusive data.
Oh no.
Oh no.
Hey, don't stop googling whilst
Sorry,
we're on podcast, Lottie.
I got distracted because I like to know.
Sit down. Mama Who Bore Me. I can't think of the other names of the songs.
Has that got a reprise? Or am
Yeah,
I thinking of
it's like the same
someone
song.
else?
It's like Mama Who Bore Me by
Is that the
Leah,
better one?
and then it's like, and it gets like all punk, like it starts with like the violin, like,
Because it's a rock musical.
and it's like Mama Bore Me. I know.
I'm not thinking of that one, but yeah, it has got a reprise. I was
Cool.
thinking of Wait For Me from Hades Town, because the reprise is better. I think. I'm pretty sure.
Anyway, controversial opinions. Let's move on to the next one.
Anyway, so the next one is the end of Waitress as a
Yes.
thing. Obviously, Waitress is great, but I don't think it's underrated necessarily. What are you doing?
Leading out the shot, so like,
Oh, okay.
chill out.
Yeah, I don't think Waitress. I mean, I don't know. I think it deserved.
No,
It deserved a longer run in London, but Rona decided
Miss
absolutely
Rona
not.
was absolutely not.
But we love her.
So then,
I've got sand on
it
me.
is going on tour though, so go see it on tour.
Get your tickets. But yeah, the end. By that I mean, I
When
don't
it
know
ends,
if this is
the
necessarily
best part of the show.
spoiler. Yeah, the end is the
It's just
best.
such a
'cause
crap
it's
show
done.
otherwise. No, I'm joking.
But no, the end. Basically, for anyone that doesn't know, this isn't like the full-on. It's not really a spoiler because it's literally in the description of the show. Basically, girl Jenna is
The
married.
girl Jenna.
The girl Jenna is married to a guy, but he's absolute trash and like is abusive and an alcoholic, and he's horrible. So she has an affair with her doctor.
Ooh la la.
Not saying why, but she has an affair with her doctor, who is happily married. Can I just point out?
But it's a different story,
But
Lottie.
it's a different story for another time. But yeah, but in the end, she's at the hospital with the doctor. Sorry, and it's just them on the
Hello.
bed. I thought I'd kicked you, but it was underneath the table.
Oh.
They're sitting on the bed together in the hospital, and he's like, I think he goes to like kiss her, and she's like, no, because his wife also works in the hospital, so she's like,
You're spoiling so much of the story, Lottie.
I'll just say it. No, I'm not. I'm not saying why that they were
I mean,
at
that one's
hospital.
gonna definitely like ruin everything.
Yeah, that wasn't my one either, so I'm not saying why they're in the hospital. Anyway, they're there, and you know, he goes to kiss her, and she's like, Nana, your wife's around, and like, I've seen how she looks at you, and it's really cute, and all this jazz, and all that jazz. And it's like, I just like it because in a lot of things, it's like she's had an affair, yeah, but then what would happen in like a traditional kind of how it is in a lot of the films is they would then get together and he'd leave his wife and they'd live happy ever after together because they were in love, and
Yeah.
she's left her husband, he's left her wife, and they get together. But it's just cute how
Yeah,
it's,
it's
not
nice how it's not like
stereotypical,
you- yeah.
and you're just like, oh, that's great. I'm not going to say everything because that's just, won't want to go see the show, but
But it's a great show.
it's yeah, I just think it's cute, and there's a cute line that's like adorable with the pie. I can say pie because it's all about pie. It's what the whole show's about.
It literally
There's
is.
a pie thing, and it's really cute. And yeah, the end is just really cute. And
I
then
just remembered it.
and then the bit after that, obviously on her own with the baby, but
Oh,
not saying that either because that would be a big spoiler. But yeah, the end of Waitress is just really good, and it doesn't go with like traditional.
It ties the story nicely together, and it gives you like a nice, happy.
It gives you a
baked pie ending.
It's a happy ending without just being like your classic like
Driving
they
off
get
to the
together
sunset
and
it's just all like
they
lovely.
get together and happy ever after. It's not that, but it's still a happy ending.
Yeah.
So that's what I like about it.
Yeah.
It's not stereotypical and going with your classic chick flick, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean we forgot about that one, and that's also mine.
I mean, we could both talk about it because we both love this. Or should I do this, and then we could talk about that?
Yeah, you do that
Cool.
one then, and then we'll do that.
Then I don't care. This is staying in the podcast. This is quality content.
Okay, this is a little bit of a spoiler, but
Cool.
I didn't choose this.
So Glinda and Elphaba.
In Wicked. No, that wasn't the tune, was it? It's like Wicked.
Boom, boom, boom. Anyway, so so I don't know why I can't. I mean, there's so many reasons why I love this scene, and I can't put like one thing on it.
Obviously,
But they're
Wicked
like
is great.
fighting with their like broomsticks, and it's
Well,
the best
Elphaba
part
and
of the
Glinda
show.
are
Yeah.
fighting with their group, but okay.
Um,
I've seen Wicked 4 times, but I just cannot remember.
Like Glinda's got like her magic wand, which has like the little like snowflake on top. She does all the weird like spinny things in it with it. She literally like spins it around her whole body, and it was like, wah!
No.
And she like slaps Elphaba, and she's like,
Vaguely. Yeah, I can vaguely
Cool.
remember.
Anyway,
it's been a while.
but like that's, I don't know why, it's just a great part. And then having this fight, and then Fiera like swoops in.
Like, huzzah!
Yeah, because obviously Elphaba's being arrested. Spoiler. It's gonna spoil anything anyway. And then anyway,
She's being. Yeah,
Glyn,
being
so then
arrested.
basically, I think someone grabs a gun. Someone has a gun.
Fiera has.
Fiera
She's
has a
pointing
gun.
It at Elphaba. He's pointing
No,
at Elphaba.
they're
isn't he?
pointing the guns at Elphaba. He's pointing the gun at Glinda.
I
And
thought that.
Glinda's like, oh she.
Then doesn't he?
And then he's like,
You swore.
I said, oh she. I never saw. Also, the last couple, I think episode 2, there were some swear words in that, and I like bleeped all over them.
Oh,
so
that's
it's okay.
fine. We can deal with that.
But
doesn't
anyway,
he then turn his
so he's
gun
like,
on the guard?
he turns his gun on the guards because they let Elphaba go. Because Elphaba's like.
We're not telling you why and
But,
the context
and then-
fully, so it's not
yeah.
a big spoiler.
And then he's just like, and then Glinda's like, can't you see? He was never gonna hurt, like, because he's like, they like they arrest Fiero, and they're like, can't you see? He was never gonna hurt me. He just loves her. And it's just such a sweet moment.
Because Glinda realises that,
Elphaba loves Fiero, and Fiero loves Elphaba.
and she's like,
And then she was like,
That
but
was
can't you
my
see?
man.
He was never gonna hurt me.
he was never
He just loves her.
Yeah. Right in the feels there. Right in
Yeah.
the feels. And it's all topsy-turvy in that show anyway, after that as well. So,
Yeah, so-
don't you worry, that was not a major spoiler. It's all a lot. A lot happens.
It's a
all
great
up
show.
and down. There's
You
lots
need
of
to go see it. It's a
falling
proper
in and out
roller
of love,
coaster.
and we haven't spoiled everything.
No. Cool. Anyway. That was so close. I'm so sorry for any headphone listeners or people going to sleep. You just woke the
Right.
F up.
Anyway, we are going to pause. That was
I'm
meant to be
being
like a pause
paused in a
sign.
new direction. Sorry.
That
Sorry.
doesn't even work.
No, I know,
I was
but-
doing a pause sign because it's like 2 lines, but that's just like anyway,
That's
whatever.
peace. That's poor.
We're gonna do our little segments in the middle and then continue with our list. How are we for time?
Oh, we're doing
We're
grand.
sick, right? We're
I'm
not.
not sick. Sick and down of this bowl. Sorry.
Okay. Firstly,
Sorry, I'm done.
first things first. We have my key change of the
First.
week. Yeah. That wasn't really a key change,
Bubbidi-bum.
was it? It is not Voulez-Vous. Monster from Frozen.
The Broadway musical and the West End musical and all the musicals. 'cause
All
Frozen.
the musicals. Yes. No. Frontster.
Frontster.
Frontster. No. Monster from Frozen. She is a bop anyway, and she's very dramatic, and she's singing her heart out. Cassie Levy.
Yeah.
Ah,
No, Casey.
Casey. Look at this. I hope you can sort that one out, love. Anyway, Cassie Levy. Levy, whatever it is.
Casey Levy.
Oh, damn it. Anyway,
Why are you saying her name? Everyone else can sing the
she's
song as well.
left anyway. She left.
Kira Reeve, whatever her name is.
And
The new
Samantha
one.
Bucks, who's
They
going to
could
be
all
our
belt their
London
tits
one.
up and do it
Anyway,
brilliantly.
Monster and Frozen is, you can cut all that bit out.
Oh no, it's staying in. It's
Oh,
pop
for
quality
God's
content.
Just
Just stop it. Just say what you like the song, okay?
Monster, that's what I meant to say. Right, Monster and Frozen. So whoever it is, Elsa,
Yeah.
is
There you go.
singing her thing, and it's like,
Carry on.
I can't remember how it goes. It's basically she's singing and it's just a normal verse and it's fine, and then it does some drums. No, not that. No, that's
It's after that,
that's
though.
before, yeah. So
So
it does like a quiet bit, and then it builds up and bring back the sun, like that.
Yeah, and it goes.
Boom, boom, da, and it like goes up like that, and the drums underneath the main tune of that is just really cute, and I love
it's
it.
really intense,
And
it's just
and
great.
it's a good moment in the show, and
It's the one you should listen to in the car and turn it up full volume.
so loud, it's unreal.
Let
I
your
mean,
bass
if you
rip.
with Frozen in general, if you thought it couldn't be more dramatic, it is. So they emphasised "Let It Go." They put that up to the max,
Literally,
and then they added in a bop like Monster, where you're like, what?
literally Elfa's voice is ripped.
Yeah, how she
it.
does that, I swear.
I think
Actually,
Veronica
to be
is harder
fair,
though,
there's
so
a
it's
few.
fine.
I was gonna say there's quite a few scenes in Frozen where she's not in them because it switches back to.
Arendelle.
Well, I was gonna say Anna with Kristoff.
True.
So Elsa isn't. I was gonna say how would
So
she?
she does like all the big belts and she disappears
I
for
was
like
gonna
10
say
minutes.
how would
and
she
then
do
comes
8
back
shows a week? She'd have to have someone do like a Monday for her, but she wouldn't. I think because
No.
she's not on.
Anyway, not the point.
Sorry, your fact.
Fact of the week.
Mark was saying this was really boring, but we're saying
It is slightly boring, but it's like it's also like
it's a short, snappy
it's
one.
a short fun fact for your little fun fact
This
needs.
bench is really uncomfortable to
I'm
do.
so sorry. I didn't make it, so I can't change it for you. But my fun fact is all the songs in Evan Hansen that are sung by Evan are written for Ben's voice specifically.
You said specifically.
Did I say it right as well?
Yeah, he normally. That's what I was getting. That's what I was
No,
getting at. He normally says Pacifically.
Specifically.
Look at you
specifically.
go.
I literally like had to stop for a second in my brain.
You
and be
did. You were like
specifically,
slow there. You
Cool.
mean as in Ben Platt? Just to
Benjamin
be
Platt, yes.
Very
But all the songs were written for him, and
his voice
yeah.
type.
So when he does all the belts, that's why they do his voice so well. Also, just a fun fact for you: and if you're in the car, it's just added bonus. If you're in the car and you've got "Waving Through a Window" come on, don't sing "waving," say "waving,"
Waving.
because it makes it easier to sing if you're doing it, and that's how the
Waving.
Evans do it on stage, so they don't ruin their voice. Because waving is such a horrible note to belt.
Waving. It's a bit.
Whereas waving
Waving.
or wave an
Waving.
is a lot
Ooh,
easier.
No, that's not. That's.
I mean, in an American accent, it makes sense. But
Waving. That's what they would say. Anyway.
yeah. Anyway, cool. So that's that. Bye.
All right, love.
I just broke. I was like,
Bye. Okay, our stress in the dress this week is oh, it's not the one I thought it was. I was looking at next week. So basically in Les Mis, obviously we're going to keep talking about Les Mis because she's our baby. So in Les Mis, we had a show stop once on a matinee, obviously.
Oh, which one?
The Wall.
Oh yeah.
Do you want to explain?
Oh
Were
okay.
you
I was
inside?
sat in. Of course I was, Lottie.
So I was in the cloakroom absolutely
you
doing
say
nothing.
you've watched 80 like something shows. I've basically sat in there for most of them.
No, I have never said.
Hello.
I never say that I've watched it 88 times. I say watched / like been in the building so constantly hearing the whole show because you're not necessarily sat in. You have
I've
sat in more than
definitely
me,
sat in, like,
but I
50 odd
had to do
times.
access for like 2 weeks straight because there was no
Oh,
one else to do it.
Who?
I'm not saying that that's a bad thing. I'm just saying you might have, you probably have sat in more than me, but I've still had to listen to it.
True.
So I say 88.
Cool.
But
Anyway,
you were sat in
no
on
one
this
cares
day.
about you.
I was sat in the cloakroom just living my best
This
life.
was a double show day. It's one of the days where I was not feeling it anyway.
Was it a Wednesday?
It was
Probably
definitely a
Midweek
Wednesday. We had all the oldies
disaster.
in. 'Cause that's what
We had
Wednesday.
that school group.
Wednesday is always the week with all the oldies. I'm really
Yeah,
sorry to say.
Wednesday is, and we had a school group as well, and there were 2 people sat out next to the cloakroom watching on the screen because the girl didn't like loud noises and
Came to the Les Mis. Anyway,
stuff,
moving swiftly on.
gunshots.
So,
But yeah, so I had to deal with them.
So basically, there's in the new stage version, there are 2 walls on
Why are
either
you
side
looking at me?
of the. There are 2 walls either side of the stage, and they move it in and out just to help convey stuff. And
Making
also,
things
bigger-
they move in so that the street looks like more
More-
thin and wide,
yeah.
so it's not just like
the whole stage.
Thin and wide?
And
Windy is what I meant.
Not thin and wide, because that doesn't make sense.
It doesn't make sense, yeah. So they move in to make a street,
Yeah.
basically.
And, well, yeah, they just move around anyway. And there's the scene beforehand, they're like together, it's like a classroom, so it makes it a lot more like personal and like together.
Oh, yeah.
They're in the ABC cafe or whatever it is. It's like a classroom because they're like doing all their lessons and stuff. So they're in that, and then the walls are meant to go apart because we then have
Heart Full of Love.
no.
I thought it was though.
That's after that. It's do you hear the people sing? That's what they get on the
It
flag
stopped
thing.
when Heart Full of Love
Yeah.
was coming on.
Oh,
The
that
music
was so awkward.
started for Heart Full of Love, but then the curtain came
Like,
down.
like the sound that has like the gate coming out.
And
Just
it like faded, and we
yeah.
were like, oh.
Oh no.
Oh no, here we go.
But so basically, one of the walls got stuck in, and they're running around the stage in this like circle.
Yeah, they walk in a circle with the flag at the back.
with a flag, and they're kind of waving it around. So they're like running around.
Sorry.
Hey man. Anyway, so they're going around doing that, and the wall got stuck. And the first loop round, some people didn't realise, and almost ran into the wall full forced.
Because
So you
they're
just
like,
saw
some
these
of them
people
walk
go like this,
backwards as
and
well,
then like
don't
whoop.
they? They sort of walking backwards and trying to like be gearing
Yeah.
everyone up who's walking. So they're like, woo, and then like, oh, there's a wall.
So they had to like literally like bounce around it, and the circle got even smaller. They had there's usually a thing in the middle of the stage with like waving the thing on, waving the flag on,
Oh yeah.
and that gets pulled off, and then they go off the stage.
Yes.
But they had to they literally so close to the thing, they were like, oh, I have to try not to trip over anything. It was a mess.
It was a
But it was
disaster.
great fun, and it was a great time, and I loved it.
I was sat in the cloakroom, so I didn't see that because I wasn't watching the screen.
Yeah.
So I sat in the cloakroom and I heard Heart Full of Love come on. No, it would have been just before that.
We heard the radio announcement being like,
when they
we're
were
gonna have
doing
a show
that
stop.
bit, it sounded normal because they're still singing and
Yeah,
walking
they're
around.
still
But
doing their
obviously it was a
thing.
mess on the stage. But they're still singing and doing their thing. And we got a radio thing over the radio, and I came out of the cloakroom. They were like, "So guys, we're going to be having a show stop in about 2 minutes." And we were like, "Oh." So I
That
came
was
out
the
of the
longest
cloakroom.
2 minutes of my life.
And
I was sat being like,
I stood outside the cloakroom, and the girl with her teacher was sitting on the bench, and it stopped, and they were like, "Oh, it stopped," and I said, "Yes, we're just having technical difficulties, obviously because they weren't inside, so they can't hear the announcement."
yeah.
So I said, "Yeah, we're having some technical difficulties, so we just have to wait, basically. So if you want to go to the loo, now's the time."
Yeah.
Trying to say,
But
just
yeah,
come
but
on,
show
don't worry,
stops
it's
happen.
fine,
Show stops
nothing's
don't happen
happening.
a lot,
No.
but when they do happen, it's usually something dramatic happens.
That's why they got rid of the Revolve, because it always had so many issues.
Yanks.
Or one of the reasons, because it had been there since 1985. Well,
Well,
not
that
in that
revolver moved
theatre.
around many times. It
But
just never worked properly.
how long had it been at the Sondheim? Well, the Queen's. 2004 it moved there.
Yeah.
So over 10 years. 12, 14, 15,
It's been basically been there a long time.
something like that.
So she's a bit old.
That's why they got rid of the Revolve.
The rubber bar.
Revolve. But
Ginks.
things still go wrong, and that's live theatre, but it makes it more fun.
Anyway, speaking of them is Lottie
Hello.
turning.
I have a thing.
You have a
Right.
dream.
I do.
A song to sing?
I have a dream. No. So, Les Mis, Turning, the song, it goes, turning, turning,
Oh,
turning through the years. So, I don't think it's called a canon. I think it's just called something else.
Yings.
It's
But
not
explain it
canon.
anyway.
Basically, they're singing Turning, and it's really cute, it's really gentle. The music before where it leads up to it's like it's like this little tinkly thing, and
Yeah.
then they start singing, "Who will wake them? No one
Basically,
ever
everyone's just
will."
died.
Everyone's died because it's Les Mis. But they sing Turning, and in the song Turning, it goes like turning, turning, turning through the years. But as they're saying that last bit where it says turning through the years, the next like two people start saying turning, turning, turning through the years. It's not called singing in canon. It's called. I don't know if it's really called. It's
I was
like
going to say counter melody, but that's not it either because that's when you're singing like anyway.
I cannot for the life of me remember what it is. I learned it in year 2 at my
Brilliant.
primary school. We sang a song, Great Fire of London one. What's it? Oh no, London Bridge is Falling Down. That's the one. Not Great Fire of London.
Great
We did
Fire
do
of
that
London, Great Fire of
in year 2.
London.
But no, London Bridge is Falling Down. So my music teacher was teaching us because we all knew the song back to front because it's like the shortest little
Yeah.
song. So she was teaching us what this thing is, where you guys start, and then she'd point at us when it was our time to come in to try and teach us this thing. And I cannot for the life of me remember. So if anyone can remember, or when I figure out what it is, Mark will put like a little just put the word.
Maybe. If I can be bothered.
Only for like 5 seconds.
Where?
Right here.
If we can remember it. If we can't, then
I mean, I'll Google it. Anyway.
I hate you. Got to like
You're
edit a word now.
welcome. But yeah, it's just a really cool thing. Like,
Also,
as
for
if-
anyone listening, you won't ever know what the word is. So we'll put it in the next podcast.
I'll put it in the description of the podcast, as like on the audio.
The word
one.
is this.
On the on the audio thing. I'll put like the timestamp of when this bit's coming up, so you know what that's in lieu
Context
to.
too. In lieu to.
That's not the word, is it?
No.
In the context, yeah, the context. That was a good, yeah.
Yeah.
But
Cool.
for you guys, sorry. But yeah, it's just really cool, and it's like a cute moment. I mean, it's not because everyone's dead, but.
Also, I love how all of these are now yours, basically. Just have fun.
Oh Jesus.
Also,
Okay.
the staging of turning is also great as
It
well.
was probably really good with the revolve, though. Let's be real.
I mean, they probably were turning. Let's be
Yeah.
honest. They're probably turning.
Which
turning,
is kind of
turning
sad.
through
They
the stage.
probably had some people walking with the revolve or against the
Oh,
revolve, walking
100%.
that, and then walking people on the outside of the revolve walking the other way. Probably something like
But they
that.
have that, and they put all the candles down. Okay, I was spoiling the show, but I don't care.
They
So
put
they
some
all the
candles down on
and
the
then
floor, and then
we
Maris
have
walks
empty
in.
chairs, empty tables, and then all the schoolboys come over.
Don't say that much.
Sorry, technical difficulties. Just going to disappear.
Gosh, yeah, but they're all carrying candles, and they put them down on
Yeah.
the stage so that when Maris walks in, he sees all the candles
Yanks.
and sings his dramatic song, which obviously, you know. Okay, the next one is mine again. Just the show in general.
Yanks.
Bugsy Malone, underrated. I love it. I don't know why you don't. Mark doesn't like Bugsy Malone, but that's fine. You're allowed your own opinion,
Thank
even
you.
if it's wrong. No, I'm joking. I'm joking. You can have your own opinion on shows, because there's, I mean, like, there I'm just getting attacked by flies. Obviously, I smell. No, like, because...
I should have told you this earlier, but you do. No, I'm joking.
Wow. I'll put
Well.
Anyway,
Bibbidi-bobbidi-boo.
there's songs, there's shows that I'm less keen on that
Anyway,
you prefer.
do your
So,
point.
but Bugsy Malone, Bugsy Malone is, I don't know, I just love it.
You just
I
Amy
was
love it.
first into, I do Amy love it. Yeah, we watched it at school because we were doing it as our end of year like play in year 5. So we watched them film, and it's like, it's kids playing adults. So their guns had like cream in them to
Yeah.
make it look like, so it was like kid friendly.
Yeah, it's just weird.
So they're shooting them, like, because it's like gangsters 1920
Yeah,
kind of thing. So they're
yeah.
shooting, these kids have guns, and they're shooting the bad guys or the good guys, as it were, because they're shooting whatever. Fly out the nose. But they're shooting cream at them so that it's like not violent for kids.
Yeah.
They were just seeing cream. They're meant to look dead. Like when they get hit by the cream, they die. But it's cream so that, yeah. But it's just really cute, and the songs are really great. I really like it.
You could have anything that you wanted to buy.
Bum 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 bum. And then like Tallulah. My name is Tallulah. My first roll of thumb. I love that one. It's so cute. Abby played Tallulah.
That's nice.
Our good friend
Classic
Abby
Abby, we
Walter.
just keep
She's
mentioning.
mentioned. Our friend Abby
I
Walter.
thought we need to bring her on the
who-
podcast because I was just going to be like so
She
lonely.
does want to be on the podcast.
Oh, okay.
I did tell you that.
Oh, I
But yeah,
forgot.
Abby was our friend that was in Lame
Was
that
our
was-
friend, she's now
she's not our
dead.
friend anymore. No, in whatever episode it was where we said that I saw her as Cosette and then Epping.
Cosette, it's
Oh, in the
time
first
again.
one when I was talking about Lame It.
Anyway,
So yeah, she played Tallulah and it was great.
shall I say this one and then you can go back to that one?
Yeah.
And I can
no.
help you out that one. Cool. So the next one is China and the Chocolate Factory, another show that's
He's
like,
trying to rush me.
I'm not trying to rush you.
We're only at 34 minutes, love. Calm
I'm
down.
so sorry. I'll slow down then, shall I? Bish. Also, if I edit anything out,
Wow.
if I edit anything out, I'm going to sound really stupid. It's 34 minutes because there's like a podcast.
Oh, so
I don't know if I deleted it now. It might be a failed podcast, but there's
did
a
I
podcast.
say it was like 19 minutes?
We're like,
and
we're
it
even
was
talking for
only
like
7
20 minutes, and then I was like, I had to do it, and I was like, I'm
Is it
talking
15?
4, but okay.
Whoops.
So shut up.
Sorry,
I'm joking.
yeah,
I love
he's
you.
trying to rush me.
I'm not trying to rush you, but I'm
Yeah,
just like,
because you're like, anyway.
I don't know about the next one, so I can't read. I do, but I don't. So I know.
You do that one.
You know, I don't know about this one all doing, so I
Oh,
can't really
it's a
help
short
you.
one anyway.
Okay.
Go
Cool.
on.
So we have so the next one is Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, the musical. I'm talking
Which
about
version?
I'm talking about the West
Oh.
End version because that's what I saw.
Yeah.
So that I can
Sorry, I
only
was
give that.
literally like gonna cut you off, and then you said like exactly what I was asking. So.
Because that's the only one I've seen, so it makes sense to talk about that one.
Yeah.
But great show. Glass Elevator was stunning.
Sick one. Where was it?
The Drury Lane Theatre, where Shrek was, and then where Frozen's gonna go soon.
Gonna go. Cami Max, first job there.
Yeah.
Not Charlie
Classic
and the
Cami
Chocolate
Mac.
Factory.
No.
Just Drury Lane.
But yeah, and lots of other great shows have been in that theatre, like Oliver, 42nd Street, to name a few.
Is she big? Is it a big theatre?
She's huge.
I mean,
she's
it
one
kind
of
of
our
has
biggest.
to be for like a glass elevator.
You never saw the show. You don't understand how small that thing was. You could literally fit 2 people in and that.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it was tiny. It was like,
Fair enough.
but it's a huge stage. Anyway,
Oh, okay.
it's also one of the most haunted theatres in London.
Woo! As you might have seen from that episode where I put the link in the description. Episode 2.
Yes.
Carry on.
Cool. So yeah, it's a great show. Some great. I mean, they're not like. There's not really any like bops of a song in it, but it is a good show, and it's definitely underrated because once again, it's like Shrek. People think it's just like for children, but it's not.
Roald Dahl is for everyone.
Roald Dahl
Like,
is like for everyone, and it's just a great all-round show, and it's just really fun. And some of the things they did in it were really cool. So if you saw it, you know. If you haven't seen it, you don't know. I don't want to. I mean,
It's not
it hasn't come back, and it didn't even do a tour. Basically, Charlie threw a paper aeroplane, and it went across from the stage to the back up to the Grand somehow.
Magic.
You couldn't see any strings, any wires. It just like zoomed its whole way.
That's amazing.
So I think there's definitely like some like kind of projection thing because there's loads of smoke, so it's quite a smoky show. So
That's
it's
quite
probably just
cool.
projected on smoke and it like floated away. But it was really cool and I really enjoyed it and just wow, it was very much wow, and it was great.
Very much wow.
It was great. It was just a great show. They did it really well.
What cast recording do you prefer? The London one?
I definitely prefer. I mean, I don't really listen to either one because, as I said, there's not really any like
not like
hardcore
the bops.
bops in it.
Each child's like song though is quite cool.
Yeah, they're quite cool. Double Bubble Duchess, what a tune.
Is that the London,
Double Bubble Duchess.
the West End
Yeah.
cast recording? See, I liked both.
Yeah, there are some good ones on both.
You know what though? Mark has a thing against Candyman.
I don't have a thing against it.
Is it Candyman or is it Pure Imagination? No, it's
Pure
Candyman.
Imagination is great. How dare you?
It's Candyman. It's in the original film, like the one with Gene
Kelly.
Kelly. No.
No, Gene Wilder. Sorry.
Yeah, I was gonna say Gene Kelly's in Singing in the Rain, isn't he? That might be totally wrong. We're fake
I
fans.
think it's
But anyway,
I
the
think it's
original
Gene
one,
Wilder.
not Johnny Depp. That's the one.
The one
and
called,
it
the
has-
one that's called Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory, not
Not
Charlie.
Charlie in the Chocolate Factory. Yeah, so he just doesn't like that song, but it's in that original
I do
film.
like
and
it.
Like the sentiment.
It just takes out a great song in its place, and it annoys me. Okay.
What does it get rid of?
I think it takes out It Must Be Believed to Be Seen,
Oh.
which is the song where they kind of.
Is that when they go into the?
When they go into the factory, do come in. Boom. It's great. It's at the end of Act 1.
So
it's like the
if
best
they
end of Act
kept
1.
both, that would have been fine.
I'd be living best, but they didn't, so it's fine.
It's bitter.
I don't think they did anyway. I can't remember the cast recording to be honest with you. So it might have. I don't know. But if your mother was here is a great one. Also, they've got adults to play the children, and it bothers me.
They what?
They've got adults to play the children in the Broadway version.
Ew.
Yeah.
In West End, do they have kids?
Yeah.
That does just.
Exactly,
weird.
Lottie.
Ew.
It's weird.
Yeah. Broadway, sort your life out.
Exactly. Anyway, so moving swiftly on from Charlie and the Chocolate Factory.
The next one is in Blood Brothers. There's a song called Marilyn Monroe, but basically, this lady, I just don't know anything about Blood Brothers. I'm not going to lie to you. I listened to it. It was alright, but Marilyn Monroe is a good song. Basically, this woman's talking about her husband, I'm pretty sure. So they went dancing, I'm pretty sure, is the thing. Dancing, because it's like northern. Hello?
There you
What
go.
are you doing?
Your
Was I
lines are
really
like.
quiet? Oh, sorry. They went dancing like this, so that's how they fell in love, basically.
Ooh la la. Ooh la la.
And then she had like 3 kids or something. Well, they had 3 kids or something like that. And she obviously lost her sort of younger figure because she's had children, and that's just what happens. No shade, no tea. You look fabulous, darling. But the guy, obviously,
grown up.
the husband, obviously was like, "Oh, you're like fat and like look weird now because you've had children." But men are a bit one-track mind, you know.
Oh, that's a bit rude. But
So,
thanks.
no, I mean like in these days, but I don't know when Blood Brothers was set, but they were very. I think men were a bit more sexist in that kind of generation, weren't they? In that sort of era, or they didn't care. Maybe
Yeah.
not. I don't know.
They kind of had like, I think, well, back in that kind of time,
Like when the being gay was illegal
women had
and all
less,
that kind of
women
stuff.
had less like rights, so men were just
Yeah.
more important and more privileged.
Yeah, I don't mean that all, and not all men anyway,
No.
because otherwise we wouldn't have had change. So, I'm
yeah.
not being like stereotypical. But this guy in this show was like, you're not gorgeous anymore. So he like left her.
But isn't it? I suppose like,
and-
there's a whole like other like subplot to do with it. Like, don't they both of us like kill each other, whatever?
Not in Blood Brothers. I don't think they die.
Are they brothers? They are brothers, aren't they?
There's two boys that like cut their hand and shake hands, so they're blood brothers because their blood's like.
In each other.
I'm pretty sure that's what it is.
Nasty.
Because my dance teacher was like, we should do Blood Brothers, and everyone was like, and she was like, no, we're not going to cut each other, don't worry. And I was like, what is going on? I was like 12, I don't know. But anyway,
Cool.
we
You're
didn't do
fading away.
it. We didn't do that show, but you know, because it doesn't have many songs. But yeah, then he like leaves the wife for
Savage.
another lady, and she says that the wife said that the new girl looked like Marilyn Monroe, which is why he went for her, because she was gorgeous, and obviously the mum had like a mum figure then, because she'd had 3 children or whatever, and they were poor and stuff like that. But it's a really cute song, and I just really like it. And I think she's underrated.
Fair enough.
So there you go. And our last one
Brilliant. So our last one
is a person.
I mean, we have many underrated people in the Broadway and West End, in the
West
musical
End,
culture.
even more. There's so many underrated.
But this is one we thought of recently. Her name is Bonnie Milligan.
Queen.
And she's been in Head Over Heels, I think, as one of her only ones.
I definitely think she's been in more.
But that's one. She's in that show and she has a cast recording. Have a quick Google.
She is in the cast recording of Head Over Heels.
Head Over Heels. So listen to that.
I'll have a Google.
She has her Instagram's like, I swear her Instagram's like belting Bonnie. She has such a great belt, and she's just a really, really great.
She's lovely.
She just seems like a lovely person, and she's not because like famous as some other Broadway actors or West End actors, so it's not like people don't really know about her, and I think that's why I just felt I need to put her down, because she's really good.
What did we put?
And she's also really automatic Rainy Day is a song that really shows off her vocal talent, because it just starts off all nice and chill. Well, no, it's a rock musical, so it's like chiller for a rock musical, and then like kicks up a gear, and
and it's got a key change.
So a great key change. So that's coming up hopefully in a future
of
pod.
Course, she's on the list.
Cool. And then Lottie's.
Oh yeah,
favourite
she
thing
did.
does.
I can't find what she was in. I saw something that said Chicago, but I don't know. That was on IMDb, so I don't know. But anyway, have a Google of her. She's great. My 4G wasn't working. But she did a Disney medley with Laura Osnes, who was in Cinderella and Bonnie and Clyde. She was in the original cast recording of both of those. But she did like this Disney medley with her, and it was just really funny. And that's the first thing I found of her. I didn't find Head Over Heels, but like it shows her character. She was really funny, and she's just great. And also, it just goes to show. I mean, this is a really like. Okay, stereotypically in show business, especially like back in the 20s, let's say, you had like the flapper dancers or whatever.
The flapper dancers?
Yeah, they're called that. Flappers. Do you know, something like that. Yeah, with the sparkles and the short skirts and all that.
Oh.
And they were all like these thick, like this
that,
big, da 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 da. No, that's not the song, but.
Yeah, I mean, I know what you mean. Like, the ones
the
the chorus
kicks.
line kind of things,
and the hats, and they're all like this
like
big,
sequin jackets,
and they all look exactly the same size, and they're all wearing like underwear
They've all got, like,
on
blonde
stage,
hair.
blonde bobs, because that was the style and stuff like that. And I like that theatre has moved on from that, and it's like, what? No, we don't need to.
You don't need to be a stick.
You don't need to be a certain size. Well, yeah, you don't need to be a certain size to do theatre, and I think Bonnie just radiates that energy.
But she's just a normal human.
Yeah, she's just a normal
following
gal.
her dreams, living her best life.
Exactly.
And I applaud that.
I applaud her for that, because she does not care what people say.
Yeah.
Which I think is great.
Yeah, which she probably does, but like.
She might do, but
I
think
she just radiates such a positive,
energy.
Good vibe.
I think she sends off the vibes that she just doesn't care anymore about what people say, because she's talented.
Yeah.
So.
She's living her best life.
Don't judge people on their size, colour, etc.
Yeah.
Is what I'm trying to say. But yeah, she's great, and she can belt for days.
Literally, some of her belty notes. I'm just like living the best.
She's
with
like.
her.
But yeah, she's underrated, and I love her, and she's great.
Yeah. I was just thinking about it. I was thinking about another musical that's slightly underrated, but it's not. It's not underrated, but it is underrated. Matilda.
Another one where people think it's for kids, but actually I
mean,
really
it is
enjoyed
really. I mean,
it is a bit more kiddie.
It's definitely
than the
kiddie
others.
friendly because it's it's got loads of, like the whole cast is kids basically.
Yeah.
And I loved it. I remember seeing it and the swing chairs.
Oh, the swing chairs.
Well, I don't know why I said swing chairs. It's just swings.
The swings, but yeah. And
But
the
just-
blocks.
And like the letter blocks.
The alphabet song thing.
Also, before the show and in the interval there's the whole like proscenium arch has like that's the word.
what now?
The proscenium arch is the name for the arch round the stage.
Oh. Wow.
There you
I
are.
did not know that.
Yeah. There's loads of other things about theatre. I'll tell you that in a minute once we're on the podcast.
Jesus.
But yes. So the proscenium arch has like a bunch of letters on it, and in your program you have like a word search. So it gives you a bunch of words that are on this arch, and you can try and find them for
That's
funsies.
cute.
So once you sat in the audience, if you sat in the audience for like half an hour for the show to begin, or in the interval, pick out
Do
some
the
words. They're
word
really
search.
easy.
I've got a photo of it, so I might try and do that because I've got the program as
Yeah,
well.
there you are. Cool.
That's cute.
So
That's it, man.
that's it. Brilliant. That's decent.
Sick. We did it.
But yeah, so I hope this sounds better for this podcast, for definite.
Oh yeah. Sorry about some
I spent so much
screeching.
money on this.
Also, the sun's going down.
I don't think it's definitely not going down, but it's moved behind.
Well, it's not up there like it
Well,
normally is.
Because we usually film 1 o'clock, it's like
It's like 4.
it's 3:30, so the sun's moved around there. So luckily
Hope
the
you
sun.
can see us.
You probably can see us, but we're just probably like a bit shadowy. I'm not sure.
Yeah.
Let's hope you can see us. If not, we can have to like move the camera down that end.
But yeah, hope you enjoyed.
Anyway, yeah. Thank you. Sorry, have I kept you too long?
No, I was just up late last night again.
Were you? What a shame.
But yeah, hope you enjoyed. If you have wow.
Wow.
If you have some underrated shows or moments in shows that are underrated,
We'll do a part 2.
We'll do a part 2. Well, let us know in the comments and stuff if you have any. Also, if you want to put like overrated shows, feel free. That's controversial, but if
spicy.
you think that something's overrated,
100%. Yeah, give us your underrated shows.
or if there's any like ships in shows,
I honestly
That's another
thought
one.
you were going to say
no.
mushroom.
Are there, if there are any like ships in shows that you think are overrated,
Okay,
like where couples in a
couple.
show get it together and you're like, oh, he should have so been with her, or he should have been with him, or she should have been with
The
whoever,
fun stuff.
or whatever. Like, let us know in the comments. Sorry, I just thought of that like
Cool.
off the book.
Okay. And we'll see you next week with another podcast.
Woo!
And we hope you enjoy the rest of the podcast. Let us know you're listening to this one today. And if you have any future ideas for any more podcasts, let us know. And yeah, share us out with your friends. Let people know about us. If you're enjoying our podcast, let people know about us.
tell
Because
people
we
about
we
us.
want viewers.
That sounds
We're desperate.
gross. No, we just want to.
We're not being paid right now. We want money. No, I'm joking.
I don't know what he's on, but we
Drugs.
just want people to know
Don't do drugs.
lots of theatre-y
We
things.
just want to spread
Share
our
the
love. We want to share our love for theatre.
because we're not working right now.
Yeah,
So
and we might as well. Why not live your best life?
give our gift of theatre to the world.
But yeah, stay safe. Do follow the rules. Do follow the rules. Follow the rules.
1 meter, woo!
That might have changed by. You
When
never
this
know.
comes out, but you never know.
Because our good old boy
Boris.
BJ might screw everything up.
You never know. But okay, we're gonna go because this is the longest outro ever. See you
Bye.
later. Bye.